The Ramban says, you see from here that there were different Yidden. Kitois hayu b'Yamsuf. And there were different groups, says the Ramban. There were some Yidden that were on a very, very high level. They were on the level of Vayitzaku b'nei Yisrael el Hashem. He said, but there were other Yidden. And they weren't on the level of Vayitzaku b'nei Yisrael el Hashem, but rather, they were the Pchusim. They felt Hamibli and Kfarim b'Mitzrayim. So says the Ramban, not all the Jews at that time were created equally. There were those that were on a high level, and there were those that were on a lesser level. And the Ramban says that if you know how to read these psukim carefully, you're going to see that the Torah is actually giving a subtle remuzim to the fact that there are two kitos of Yidden. Says the Ramban, that whenever the Yidden are referred to as the Bnei Yisrael, it means we're talking about Yidden that are on a high madrega. Whenever the Yidden are referred to as the Am, the folk, they're referred to as the nation, it means we're talking about the hoi polloi. We're talking about the masses. We're talking about people that are on a much lesser level. Says the Ramban, Vayitzaku b'nei Yisrael el Hashem. He says, you want to know who davened to Hashem? It was the Bnei Yisrael. They were the people that were on a very chashuv level. The next pasuk that says Vayomer al Moshe is already not the Bnei Yisrael. That's everybody else. Vayomer al Moshe hamibli and kvarim b'Mitzrayim lekachtanu lamus b'midbar mazois asisolanu loytzianu b'Mitzrayim. The Vayitzaku Yidin and the Vayomer Yidin Zok Ramban are not the same Yidin. Vayitzaku, the Torah emphasizes Vayitzaku b'nei Yisrael as Hashem. Who are the ones that came to Moshe with kindness? It was all the other Yidin. It's Vayomer al Moshe. Pasuk Yud Gimel. Vayomer Moshe El Ha'am. Moshe Rabbeinu turns to the Am and he says, Al Tiro, Hisyatzfu, Uru'u es Yeshuas Hashem, Asher Yasu Lechem Hayom. He's talking to the Am. The Am, they're the ones that need the chizik. They're the ones that are complaining. That's who Moshe Rabbeinu is responding to. He's not responding to the Yid that's in the middle of Shemoneh Esrei. He's responding to the Yid that's coming with tainas. You have tainas. Vayomer Moshe El Am. But Zok Ramban, Kitos Yesh. The truth is, if you go back to the first pasuk in the parsha, Vayihi b'shalach parei es ha'am. That's ha'am. V'loinachem alikim derech eretz plishtim ki karavu ki amar alikim pen yinachem ha'am b'roisam l'chalma v'shavim mitzrayim. The Ramban doesn't say this, but it's pashut. Who was HaKadosh Baruch Hu worried would turn around b'roisam l'chalma? It's the Am. That's who he was worried about. He's worried about the masses. He's worried about the chevra that the minute they have adversity, all of a sudden the world is falling apart. V'haraya. Right? You see that's the way it played itself out. Rashi speaks that out right in the beginning of the parasha. That it's clear from throughout the journey in the midbar, every time anything gets a little bit in the way, there's like a havamin of an obstacle. All of a sudden, it looks like the whole nation is falling apart. But we have to remember, it wasn't every Yid. It was only the Am. It's the Chevra that are not the best guys. They're the ones that are in this situation. But you want to know Bnei Yisrael, the Bnei Yisrael, Vayitzaku Bnei Yisrael Hashem. Again, in terms of visualizing, by the way, Chayiv Adam Lirois, right? You have to visualize. This is the Avodah. So when you visualize the Yidden by the Yamsuf, it's amazing that they with all their weapons and the Mitzrayim are coming towards them, and there's some Yidden that they're keeping the faith. Vayitzaku b'nei Yisrael Hashem, and they're davening. Rashi says, Tafsu umnas avoisa, Avram daven, Yitzchak daven, Yaakov daven. That's what they're doing. They're davening because they understand with b'nei Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, they're on a high madrega. They understand they already witnessed miracles when they left Mitzrayim. They saw, right, dam through the culmination of Makkos B'chayres. So why not another miracle? And they have the B'tachin. And then there were Yidden that are fetching, that complaining, the world is falling apart. They're coming to Moshe Rabbeinu with tainas. Either way, Moshe Rabbeinu turned to the Am. And of course, he's addressing the Bnei Yisrael as well. And he told them, Al Tiro, you have nothing to fear. You're going to see the Yeshuas Hashem. In fact, you're going to see something so incredible. You're going to see a revelation of HaKadosh Baruch Hu that the great Navi Yecheskel never even saw. What is that revelation? That's, of course, Kriyas Yamsuf, and that's something we're going to see in the next shir.